everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you want to learn English, you should know how to form different types of sentences, and for that you should know the basic structure of a sentence. So today I am going to tell you about the basic structure of a sentence. After learning that, you will be able to form different types of sentences on your own. So should we start? Let's see the first pattern. So the first pattern is S plus V, that is subject plus verb. Now let's see some examples. She dances. Which is the action word? First of all, we have to find out the action word. So here, which is the action word? Dances. Dances is the action word showing action. So it is the verb. So now, how to find out a subject in a sentence? Okay, so what we'll do, we will ask the question who. So this question who, you have to ask before the verb. So who dances? She dances. Okay, so we are getting the answer she to the question who. Okay, so she is your subject. Okay, got it? How to find out a subject? I'll repeat. You have to ask the question who before the verb. Okay, who dances? She. So she is doing the action. So subject does the action, we know. So she is your subject. Okay, now let's see the second one. They laughed. Which is the verb? Laugh, showing the action of laughing. Then who laughed? They. So they is your subject. Okay, then we are playing. Which is the verb? Are playing is the verb. Who are playing? We. We are playing. So we is your subject. Got it? How to find out subject? Then, in case of imperative sentences, the subject is omitted. It is not written, but it is understood. Like if you say run. Okay, it is imperative sentence. The subject is understood. Okay, when you say run, means you run. But this subject, you, is understood. It is not written. Okay, so let's see some more examples. Now here what you can do, you can also add adverb after verb. Okay, you can add adverb after the verb. So the pattern will become S plus V plus A. For example, I will tell you the first sentence. She dances gracefully. Okay. So dances is the verb, she is your subject. Dances how? Gracefully. So this word gracefully, it is describing the action, how the action is taking place. It is answering the question, dances how. Okay, it is telling the manner of the action. So gracefully is your adverb. Got it? So in this way, you can form S plus V plus A. One more example I'll tell you. They laughed. They laughed loudly. Okay, so laughed is your verb. Who laughed? They. They is your subject. Laughed how? Loudly. So again here, the word loudly is describing the action laughed. It is telling us the manner of the action. So it is adverb. Got it? So this is your S plus V plus A. Got it? So now let's do the second pattern. The second pattern is SVO, that is subject plus verb plus object. Okay? Now let's take this sentence. They played chess. Which is the action word? Played. Played is your action word. Verb. Now, how to find out the subject? You have to ask the question, who? Who played? They. So, they is your subject. Okay. So, we have found verb. We have found the subject in the sentence. Now, how to find out an object in a sentence? Okay. Let's do it. Now, played what? Played chess. So, what did we do? We have asked the question, what? After the verb played. Okay. Played what? Chess. So, to find out an object in a sentence, what we have to do? We have to ask the question, what or whom after the verb to get the object. Okay. So, played what? Chess. So, chess is your object. Okay. So, what is an object? An object is the receiver of the action. It is directly affected by the action. Okay. And all verbs do not have object. Like in the first pattern we saw, it was only subject plus verb. There was no object. So, all sentences do not have object. The sentences or the verbs which have object, they are transitive verbs. Okay. Now, let's see some more examples. Okay. I wrote a letter. Okay. Let's find out the verb wrote, showing action. So, verb. Who wrote? I. I is your subject. Now, wrote what? A letter. So, a letter is your object. Got it? Now, then Neha bought a dress. Bought a dress. Okay, let's do it. Action word, bought, showing action. Then who bought? Neha. So, Neha, subject. Bought what? A dress. So, object. Okay. Then, he was reading a book. Okay. Which is action word? Was reading is your action word. That is a verb. Okay. Who was reading? He was reading. So, he is doing the action. So, it is the subject. Okay. Then, was reading what? A book. So, a book is your object. Okay. One more example. Jack has eaten a mango. Okay. Let's find out the verb. The verb is has eaten. Okay. Who has eaten? Jack. So, Jack is doing action. It is the subject. Has eaten what? A mango. So, a mango is your object. Clear? Okay. Now, here in this case, let's see the object. Object here, like a letter, a dress, a book, a mango. So, all these are your objects. Okay. Now, an object can be a noun, it can be a pronoun, or it can be a phrase also. Let's see some examples. First one. My brother drank milk. which is action word? Drank is your action word. Who drank? My brother. So my brother, subject. Drank what? Milk. Milk is your object, and here the object is a noun. Okay. Then next example, second one. His uncle bought a bat and a ball. Okay. Now, action word here is bought. Who bought? His uncle, subject. Bought what? A bat and a ball. So, a bat and a ball is your object, and here it is a phrase. It is a phrase. Okay. Now one more will do. She followed them. Okay. The verb followed. Who followed? She. So she, subject. Followed whom? Them. So I had told you, you have to ask the question what or whom. Okay. After the verb. So here we have asked the question followed whom? Them. Okay. So them is your object, and here it is a pronoun. Clear? Now here in this pattern S plus V plus O, we can add adverb after the object. Like, look here, they played chess yesterday. So here played, the verb. Who played? They, subject. Object we have done. Chess is the object. Played when? Yesterday. So yesterday is telling us the time of the action. Okay. So it is adverb. So we can add adverb after object to make the pattern as S plus V plus O plus A. So in this way, to each pattern we can add adverbs. Okay. Then in this second sentence, she followed the dog hastily. Okay. Followed how? Hastily. Okay. So hastily is telling us about the action, how the action is taking place. So it is adverb. So we have added adverbs to after the object. Okay. So that is about the second pattern. Now the third pattern is S plus V plus C. Okay, that is subject plus verb plus complement. Okay. Now here the complement, there are two patterns, like subject plus verb plus complement, where it is a noun, and in the second case subject plus verb plus complement, where complement is an adjective. Let's see some examples. She is a dancer. Which is the verb? Is. Who is? She. So we are talking about she. So she is the subject. She is a dancer. So this word dancer, it is telling us, or it is describing the subject she. So complements, they describe the subject. Okay. So dancer is the complement. Second sentence, Arun is a doctor. So here doctor is a complement. Then they are singers. They are singers. So singers is the complement. Are is the verb. They, subject. Okay. Then fourth sentence, the dress is beautiful. Which is a verb? Is. Subject, the dress. And beautiful is the word which is describing the subject, dress. The dress is beautiful. So here the complement beautiful is an adjective. Okay. Last sentence. The weather will be pleasant. Which is a verb? Will be subject, the weather, and pleasant. It is describing the subject, the weather. The weather will be pleasant. So the complement is adjective over here. Okay. Now here also in this pattern also we can add adverb after complement, like a sentence I will tell you. The weather will be pleasant soon. Okay. So soon is the adverb. Okay. So we can make subject plus verb plus complement and add adverb after it. Okay. The fourth pattern. Okay. The fourth pattern is subject plus verb plus object plus object. Okay. Here we have two objects. Okay. Now when there are two objects, one is direct object and the other one is indirect object. Okay. Now let's see what is a direct object and what is an indirect object. Okay. Direct object is the receiver of the action. Okay. Then it answers the question who, whom or what. Okay. And indirect object, it receives the direct object. Okay. So indirect object receives the direct object. Okay. And it always comes between the verb and the direct object. So this one, which is between the verb and the object, in between, this is the indirect object. Okay. So indirect object always comes between the verb and direct object. So the first one is indirect object and the second one is direct object. Okay. Then indirect object answers the question to whom, for whom or for what. Okay. Then indirect object can be a noun or a pronoun. Okay. And all sentences do not have indirect object. Now let me give you some examples. First example, first sentence. I told my mother a story. Okay. Now, which is the action word? Told. This is the verb. Who told? Sorry. I told. Okay. So, I is the subject doing action. Told what? A story. So, direct object. Now, told a story to whom? To my mother. So, my mother is indirect object. Getting it? Okay. Second example. My father gave me a gift. Okay. Which is the action word? Gave. What? Who gave? My father. This is a subject. Gave what? A gift. So gift, answering the question what, is the direct object. Gave a gift to whom? To me. So me is indirect object. Okay. Then third sentence. They gave him a bouquet. Gave, the verb They, subject. Gave what? Bouquet. Direct object. Gave a bouquet to whom? Him. Indirect object. Okay? There. The doctor gave him medicine. Okay? Again, gave, verb. The doctor, subject. Gave what? Medicine. Direct object. Gave medicine to whom? Him. Indirect object. Okay, last example we see. My mother bought me a dress. Okay, so bought is the verb. Who bought? My mother. Subject. Bought what? A dress. So direct object. Bought a dress for whom? Me. So me, indirect object. So just see, we have seen here in all these examples, indirect object, it is coming between the verb and the direct object. Okay, so here we can add adverbs after object, like I told my mother a story yesterday. Okay, so yesterday is the adverb which we have added after object. So it has become subject, verb, object, object, adverb. Okay, so in this way we can add adverbs to all the patterns. Okay. Now let's see the last pattern. Subject plus verb plus object plus complement. Okay, just look at the following sentences. First one, they made her captain. Let's pick out the verb. Made is the verb. Who made? They. They becomes your subject. Made whom? Her. So her is object. And made her what? Captain. So this word captain